driving. Who comes and stops us in our tracks? Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Morning, everyone. It is June 11th. It's Friday. Woo! Woo! Drink so that my voice is already going out. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Let's see, make sure we're connected. We are connected. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, and make any comments, anything that you'd like to say, go for it, man. So, I've been listening to this preacher. So I've been listening to this preacher, Stephen Furtick. You guys probably all know who he is already. Seems like he's pretty popular. His Elevation Church or something like that. Something he said today kind of hit with me, because with a lot of what I do, sometimes I begin to wonder, helping people, it's about helping that one person, and of course I want to help as many people as I can, but it starts to get confusing because when you think about things, let's say I'm going through things and this post was more popular than that post. But does that really mean that post did better than the other post? Maybe on that post that got less likes or whatever, somebody was either too scared to press anything, or maybe they were shaking too bad because they had a bottle of pills in their hands, or maybe life was going on and I don't know that. So who am I to determine what's more popular? Not only that, but I kind of feel like by going with that I fall into the trap of how society says we're supposed to act and behave and what we are because of a name put on us. So I've made the decision now that my only audience when I do this anymore is God. And that's all I need. I don't need to worry about it from there. That changes a lot of things for me. Brings a little bit more hope into my life, actually. And that kind of fits in because I wanted to talk about jealousy a little bit before we got started. Because jealousy can be, and I bring it up because it was brought up in a meeting the other day, and my thoughts have gone to different types of jealousy, because of course there's the type of jealousy where you're in a relationship and that person, but I'm not talking about that kind. I'm talking about the jealousy that turns into things that are being jealous because somebody has something that you want or don't have, or you know what I mean. But pretty much wishing ill upon somebody else because they might be doing better than you. Things like that. Or that maybe they're getting something that you want. I go through that. Or maybe you thought something was yours. Right? I was in a meeting yesterday, and we were talking about people that in a meeting, not a regular meeting, a business meeting, and we were talking about people saying things like, "Those are my clients. That's my sponsee." And no, they're not. Sponsee's a lot different. That's a lot different because you're not getting paid, and there's no, Because I think it's different. So let's talk about that. Okay, so I have a sponsee, and I'm talking about my sponsee. Well, that's my sponsee, and in that sense, it is because they asked you, and you become friends, and you guys are. But when it's a client should be able to go anywhere and do whatever the heck that they want. Um, Now, I do believe in keeping clients for life, but you are not my client. People are not owned. Period. That's why I got the last company I was in, because I was told those are my fucking clients. And I, but it's those things that give me indications on what might be going on and what moves I need to make for myself in my own recovery. Because all I can be is the best example that I can today, and that's all I get, man. I'm nothing more than that. And to think that I am would be ridiculous. I do, however, need a haircut. All right, so let's get to this today. Family obligations. A spiritual life which does not include family obligations may not be so perfect after all. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 129. When it comes to this family stuff, I want you to kind of take it in a broad sense, okay? Because for everyone, it's different. Um, right now, where the people that I would anticipate that I'd be getting along with or fighting with me right now, and the people that I thought were going to be fighting with me are getting along with me right now in my family. So there again, how am I to know? How am I to, so what does that come back down to? Well, I got to do what I need to do for myself, because my sobriety needs to come first. God needs to be first in my life at all times, not here and there, not kind of, sort of, at all times, 24 hours a day. If the family cooperates, Dad will soon see that he is suffering from a distortion of values. So when they're saying if the family cooperates, that means that the wife and kids or the significant other, whomever it is that's been affected, has decided to maybe hit Al-Anon, Alateen, maybe some therapy, get a little bit of help themselves, and building a spiritual life. My wife decided that she wanted to build a spiritual life also because she wanted to feel left out. I think that's pretty cool. Um, even she says, sometimes I wish I went through the thing that you guys went through so I could have the camaraderie that you have. I think that's pretty neat of somebody to say. He will perceive that his spiritual growth is lopsided. For an average man like himself, a spiritual life which does not include his family obligations may not be so perfect after all. If the family will appreciate that Dad's current behavior is but a phase of his development, all will be well. In the midst of an understanding and sympathetic family, these vagaries of Dad's spiritual infancy will quickly disappear. Yeah, give it some time, man. It's all right. The opposite may happen should the family condemn and criticize. Dad may feel like for years his drinking has placed him on the wrong side of every argument, but now he has become a superior person on with God on his side. If the family persists in criticism, this fallacy may take a greater hold on Father. Instead of treating the family as he should, he may retreat further into himself and feel he has spiritual justification for doing so. So right now I'm going through a lot of things with my family. Well, I'm not gonna get into anything particular. Okay, but it's tough because I feel a certain way, and everybody's feelings are valid, right? But I'm just not sure what to do, and I'm wanting to do this last part. Just cut off ties, man. It might be that time. I don't know. I got some more talking to do with God. I think there should be some more boundaries and give it some time. I'm not much of a believer in just ending relationships. I used to do that, and I don't do that anymore. I try and give it a chance. In fact, anytime now, I don't end relationships. It's other people that make the choice to leave my life. Even if he displays a certain amount of neglect and irresponsibility towards the family, it is well to let him go as far as he likes in helping other alcoholics. During those first days of convalescence, this will do more to ensure his sobriety than anything else. Though some of his manifestations are alarming and disagreeable, we think Dad will be on a firmer foundation than the man who's placing business or professional success ahead of a spiritual program. He will be less likely to drink again, and anything is preferable to that. Those of us who have spent much time in the world of spiritual make-believe have eventually seen the childishness of it. This dream world has been replaced by a great sense of purpose, accompanied by a growing consciousness of the power of God in our lives. We have come to believe He would like us to keep our heads in the clouds with Him, but that our feet ought to be firmly placed on the ground. That is where our fellow travelers are, and that is where our work must be done. These are realities for us. We have found that nothing can be compatible between a powerful spiritual experience and a life of sane and happy usefulness. Right? So we're keeping our feet placed firmly on the ground for a few reasons. Number one, that pink cloud's going to end and you're going to fall and it's going to hurt. So keep those feet firmly placed on the ground. The other reason is that's where the work is. And you need to meet those people. They can't come to you. Your head's up in the clouds. So go meet them. Get off your cloud horse and go down and talk to them. I could be doing great in the program, applying it at meetings of work and in the service activities, and find that I've gone to pieces at home. Sorry. You guys, it is so much easier to do this program when you're in the meeting. But when you leave the meeting and those people are no longer there, you're back to yourself again. Okay? So what I would say is this: stop wearing different hats. Just be who you are. It's okay. I'm giving you permission to be who you are. I expect my loved ones to understand, but they cannot. I expect them to see the value of my progress, but they don't, unless I show them. Do I neglect their needs and desires for my attention and concern? When I'm around them, am I irritable or boring? Are my amends a mumbled sorry, or do they take the form of patience and tolerance? Do I preach to them, trying to reform or fix them? I have a really clean house with them. This spiritual life is not a theory. We have to live it. And every day is another day that we get to take God's omnipotence, omnipotence, however you want to say it, into the world. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, good talk. Thanks for being here, guys. All right. Love you guys. Peace out and have a day.